So just going to start in the middle of your mat, seated. If feet doesn't feel good for you, then you would just obviously place something underneath to make it a little bit more comfortable. Okay. What the heck? So bizarre. Tracy, can you see me? Yeah. So weird. Seated just like this. Upright position, hands on the tops of the thighs. Just relax the shoulders down the back for a minute. Look forward. You can look out into wherever you are. Just take a couple deep breaths in through your nose, cleansing breaths, calming breaths. Just space, giving yourself this time to just move freely on your mat. So blink your eyes open if they are shut. If they're open, that's great. The elbow's going to bend up towards the sky. So the left elbow is going to bend, and I'm going to scoop up the elbow with the inside of my right palm. And then I'm going to reach back with my right palm and flip it around and crawl it up my back so it looks like that. And this is where a strap would come into place if you need it. You're going to throw it over your shoulder, and you would use the strap to create the Gomukhasana arms like this. If my hair is so long, my hair could be the strap. Elbow points towards the sky, neck is neutral, and you just want to make sure you find neutral in your upper torso. Okay, just a couple breaths here, and then we're going to move on. And if this really doesn't feel good for you, you can just clasp your hands behind your back and interlace the hands that way. But this is a great stretch for proper rotation of the shoulder. Look forward. Now, keeping the Goma arms, the arms bound like this, stand up on your knees. Good. Keep the lift of the side body, and then just step your right foot forward and create a 90-degree angle. So that's all you're going to do. So your left thigh is straight up and down, and your right leg is bent in half like the shape of a block or a box. And just look forward into the horizon, out into the reflect on life. And if you have the range of motion here, extend your right leg out, flex your foot. So now you're just going to straighten the leg. The shape of the left leg hasn't moved at all. You're standing up and down on the knee. The chest is lifted. Good. Now, if you've got this and you want to add a little bit more, keep the lift of your side body. Just begin to tip about 2 inches forward. Now, as you do this, flex your right foot, scoot your right hip back, activate your left hip and thigh bone, and hold. Feel your breath as it moves through you. Flex your right foot a little bit more and feel this in the hamstring, the meaty part of your hamstring. Keep the arms bound, bring the torso back up, rebend the right thigh so you create that 90-degree angle. Look forward. Take the right knee next to the left knee, sit down on your heels. Reach your arms straight up towards the sky, let go of anything that's in the way, any straps, your hair, anything you've used. Hands come to prayer. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So starting seated, bend your right elbow, scoop up the inside of the elbow with your palm, reach your left arm around, let it slide up your back. And even if you can't get hold of your 2 hands, seriously could use my hair as my strap, okay? And then just breathe. Think of the back of your head resting against the inner part of your right arm. Neutral, your gaze is forward. Now keep that. Stand up on your knees. Just stand on your knees. Now the right leg will be the balancing leg. The left leg will step out to a 90-degree angle. Feel the weight in your left heel. Feel standing up and down, and then let your right elbow extend up and the head, the back of the head, rest into the arm. Draw in. Keeping the right leg up and down, just begin to extend the left leg out and flex the foot. Just straighten the leg and flex the foot. Steer the hips back, stand up a little taller, hinge forward about 1 inch or 2, just enough that you begin to feel a stretch in the hamstring, a healthy stretch. Look forward. Steer back, feel your right leg anchoring you, flex a little bit more. Up, look forward, rebend the left leg, see if you can do this without falling over. Take the right knee back to the left knee back to the right knee, sit on down onto your heels, let go of any straps, reach your arms up. Good, you should have some nice blood flow moving here. Plant your palms to the floor, tabletop position right here. Your hands are about shoulder width distance apart, so look at them and check out your alignment. And your knees are right underneath your hips. Go ahead and float your right leg up off the ground, flex the foot. Seems like a pose, but actually this is aligning our pelvis and making sure that your right hip doesn't open up. Keep it squared. Just flex the foot a little more and then reach your left arm forward. Balance, just look at the gaze, bring the gaze to the front edge of your mat. Press a little bit more into your right palm. And reach your body. Now, right leg in half, flex your foot, like the thigh bone is just lifting, the glute is just activating. And then reach back with your left arm like you're swimming. This may be your spot right here. So you can pause, or you can get hold of your ankle and kick your foot into your hand. So step your gaze long, you press into your right palm, draw the navel in. Down towards the earth. Take another. Extend in opposite directions. Now, as you reach in opposite directions, keep your gaze just a tad forward. Start to hug your left knee in towards your right elbow and hold. Extend the arm in opposite directions, move slow. You got it. Hug the knee in. Extend the leg in opposite directions. One more, hug the knee and the elbow in. Feels like a little round of your spine. And then extend the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Hand and knee come to the floor. Good, so other way, here we go. Left leg floats up. Do the leg first, I find it easier. Float the left leg. Keep your gaze. Straighten out your right arm, reach it forward like we're shaking hands, although that's something of a distant memory. Good. This is fine. If you want to add on, bend the knee, flex the foot. Try not to keep everything really neutral and square. Then reach back with your right arm like you're swimming, get hold of your foot and start to kick into your hand. The kick is the stretch, fire up down the front of the thigh. Good, and a little bit of a back bend happening. Press into your left palm. If you're bouncing off, just keep your gaze to the edge of your mat. Opposite directions, pause. Keep your spot, start to move your knee and your elbow into the center line, hug in and pause. Good. Reach the arm and the leg in opposite directions, fix your eyes. Do it again, draw in, use the outer left tricep, bicep, hug in. Reach and stretch opposite directions, focus yourself. One more, hug the knee and the elbow in. Reach the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Hand and knee hit the floor, tabletop position, good work. Widen your stance of your hands for me, ladies. Curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. The space this afternoon on your mat, your hip width distance, your hands are shoulder width a little bit wider is probably a healthier alignment. Let the index fingers extend forward. Bend behind your knees if this just doesn't feel good. Lift your hips, spread your toes. Your hips up off those shoulders. That's not moving. And allow yourself to just be still. So quiet is on our mat, and now we roll forward to a plank. Stack your body. So from down dog to plank, you should be able to find that alignment. Hands forward. And know it's okay to modify everything. You can drop your knees at any point if you're just not feeling it. Hip point, saggy, press down. Keep looking. Get a little bit more forward so you're on your tippy toes. Firm up the sides of your body. Create that engagement. You're still in plank. Take another big breath in. Then Chaturanga, you can drop your knees if you need support. Keep your gaze to a plank position. You got this. Downward facing dog, hips pressed back. Forward, slide your right foot forward into a low lunge. Knee. Now the leg is on an angle, so it's a little different. Sweep your arms out and up, supported lunge. So the right leg is create that 90-degree angle shape. The back left leg is on an angle. So you're getting a release. And then look forward. Frame your front foot. Bump up your back knee, fire up your arms. From here, we're just going to step into a down dog. Use the side of your body, look forward, glide your left foot forward. Drop your back knee, make sure the back right leg is on an angle. Sweep your arms out and up. That's really going to free up the shoulders if you can move your arms out and up. Look forward, energize your hands. Feel your left heel. Hands. Fire up your right leg, step to a down dog. We're going to move like this a few times to build some heat. We're not doing it fast, we're just doing it precise. Right foot forward, drop your back knee, out and up with your arms, modified lunge. Firm up the arms, bump up the back leg, downward facing dog. Left foot glides, back knee drops, arms sweep out and up. Slow yourself down. To the floor, bump up your back right leg, step back down dog. Right foot glides, back knee drops, out and up. Move on your exhale breath. See if you can find it. Nice work. Hands come down, fire up your hands and your back leg, step down dog. Left foot glides, back knee drops, arms sweep out and up. Back leg strong, step to a plank. Gotcha. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Straight plank. Bring your dristi forward. I know you're dying for the up dog. Chaturanga. Re-straight plank. One more, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Drag your chest through for an up dog. If this feels appropriate for you, take it. If not, skip. Downward facing dog, hips press back. So up and back to a three-legged down dog, but just like we did in that tabletop, don't open your hip. Now when you feel your inner thighs as they kind of grip together, feel your outer arms plug in. Keep your dristi long and strong. And feel your left leg and your right foot in the opposite directions. Now point your right toes, hug your knee in towards your navel, look forward. Think biceps. Step your right foot forward and through into a low lunge. Walk your right foot over to the right. Activate your back leg. Come to your fingertips. So once again, know what your body and your practice needs. If you need to drop your knee, do so. Arms are going to reach back like airplane arms. If this is available, you take it. Stay low. Squeeze this together. Slide your right hip back. Activate your back left leg. Keep your gaze forward. I feel heel pressing into the mat. Then thigh, and then sweep your arms again out and up. High lunge. It doesn't feel good. I don't think I can hold it. Drop your knee. Lift your hip points. Reach up with your fingertips, the side of your body. Your arms lift. Your gaze goes forward. Prayer. Tip your torso forward about an inch or two. Air twist to the right. It's a subtle movement. Look right. Zip up. Turn only where there's a rib. Look down. Slide the left hand down. You can use a block underneath the hand if you have one available. Right arm stacks. Side going right into easy twist here. Point. Two shoulders stack. Gaze dristi goes up. Wing out. Goes flat. We're moving into a Vashisthasana side plank. This can be taken modified, bending the top leg or dropping the bottom knee, or stack the 2 feet, drive the right arm up. Look up. Again. Rolling back, it's stacking over your bottom hip. Stay with me. Look down, plank position. We're moving with control. Bend your elbows, chaturanga or support with the knees down. Re-straighten your arms to a plank. Hug the right knee back in. Same leg, guys. Same leg, hug it in. Step the right foot forward and through. Turn your back foot onto its side. Scoot your right hip back. Activate your back leg. Anchor and rise. Warrior 1. Thing going on, you can always take crescent lunge again. It's totally fine. You can always drop your back knee. Steer your right hip back and take your left ribs, your left thigh forward. Bring your arms forward, only your arms, not your whole body, just the arms, like we're reaching for something. Wrap the left arm underneath the right arm, lift the elbows up. Pause here. Leg, lift the chest, come forward into a humble warrior with your eagle arms. It's really good. So what you want to think about doing is feeling your feet on the floor, number 1, steering your right hip back, your left thigh forward, and then thinking about your sides of your waist, keeping them really long, and your elbows a little forward. Your gaze stays nice and neutral, and your neck is free. Stay with me. The floor support. Keep the shape in your chest up, just your chest. Hand. Plank position. Bend half chaturanga dandasana. Drag your chest through up dog. Point your toes. Down dog, hips pressed back. Okay, now we got to remember what we did on the other side. Lift the left leg up on the inhale breath. Flexing of that foot and firming the sides of your body and feeling your inner thighs kind of zip up. Back. Stay with. Now, pose. Look forward, hug your knee to your navel as you roll forward plank. Shin drags like almost in between the 2 biceps, so hug it in a little tighter. Glide your left foot forward and through, come to that low lunge, come to tented fingertips, pause. Steering back, activate your back right leg, zip them up and then reach your arms back, airplane wings. Good. Activate your right thigh and glute and bring more weight forward. Keeping them up like this, that front leg. Start to lift your torso, sweep your arms out and up. High lunge. Back knee down now. Lift from your hip points, lift from the side of your body, reach from your fingertips, look forward. Prayer. Lean forward just a little bit, air twist. I get to turn towards you. Good. Palms pressed together. Left hip steers back. Waist stays long. The twist is subtle. Continues down to the floor or block, left arm opens. Easy twist. It's hard, but just check, like, is your right shoulder turning in? I know mine has a tendency to do that. That's why I tempt the hand or slide a block underneath. The whole right palm flat. Move into your variation of side plank Vashisthasana. This is a great modification if you want to try it out. The right leg is strong, the top leg is bent in half, the arms reach up. If you want to try the full deal, 2 feet stack, waist lifts, arms stretch up. Spinning your hips open, they're stacked evenly on top of one another. Keep all down, plank position. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Reach, plank. Back in. Do it again, same side. Land your left foot forward. Turn your back foot onto its side. Hips width distance with your feet. Left hip steers back. Arms reach out and up. Warrior one. Blade of your right foot into the mat. Turn the right ribs a little forward. Take it time. Forward. Let your shoulders slide into the socket. Wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. And if you screwed up the arms, it's okay. Just find the arm that you think you didn't stretch yet. Lift the elbows up. Bend into the front thigh, not into the knee. And then start to bring your torso forward. Good. Forward enough that you can work out the lower half of the body. Don't get caught up. You need to go so deep. Steer your back. Anchor the outer blade of your right foot. Press more there. Feel the sides of your body lift you, and then pull your elbows subtly away from you. Press. Start to lift up. Just your torso lifts. Everything else stays where it is. Arms reach out and up. Warrior one. Down. Plank position. Clear it out with the vinyasa if you're taking it. Chaturanga to an upward facing. Dog is where we'll meet. Towel, you can just take a couple steps to get there. You can float, you can just walk. When you arrive, long spine on the inhale breath. If the hands don't make it to the floor, just slide your hands to your shins and then fold over your legs. Sit into a chair pose. Wait to straighten out your arms, look forward. Dig your heels into the mat. Let your seat slide back. Broaden the collarbone. Press all the way up to stand. Drag your hands to prayer. We're going to take just a few sun Bs on our own together as a group. Stretch your arms straight up. Sit again into a chair. Over bent knees. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Plant your palms, 2 big steps, or light springy float to a chaturanga. Upward facing drags you through. Downward facing dog presses you back. Here we go. Right foot forward, back foot onto its side, warrior one. Experience the posture. Hands to the floor, plank. Decide what you need. Chaturanga can be skipped. Up dog, feels good. Downward facing dog. Left foot lands, back foot onto its side. Come on up, warrior one. Hand position. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Down facing. Breath in. Press into the mat, look to the top, the towel, step or float, feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale breath, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Sit again into a chair, weight goes into your heels. Funky with your neck. Dig your heels, let your shins drift back. Sit a little deeper, why not? Just knees forward, fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, plant your palms, 2 big steps, get you back, plank. Bend. New breath. Down, hips lift back. Right foot forward, back foot on side, warrior one. Plank, or you just step to a down dog. Upward facing if you're taking it. Downward facing. Left foot forward, back foot onto its side, warrior one. Plank, chaturanga. Upward facing pulls you through, fire up your thighs, point your toes. Nice reg. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Here. You get one more chance to do that today. So we're going to take one final sun B. Look to the top of the mat, step or float. Long spine, fold, chair pose. These practicing at home are just have been torture. So I feel you. So just stay together. It's hard to create the community when you're talking to yourself or you're practicing by yourself. So sit a little deeper. We're all feeling the same thing. For bent knees. Long spine sets you up. Come to your fingertips. Plant your palms, 2 big steps, or a light float. Chaturanga. Upward facing drags you through. Downward facing presses you back. Right foot forward, back foot onto its side. Warrior 1. Make it feel free, light, happy. Plank, chaturanga, or just down dog, up dog, downward facing dog. Last one. Left foot forward, back foot onto its side. Warrior 1. Steer your left hip back. Don't get lazy. Hands to the floor, plank. Slow. Up dog. Facing dog, 3 breaths. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Let your head go. Good. In your hands, step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot onto its side. I'm going to reach for a block. If you have something nearby, that would be helpful. The right palm's going to go flat. The left arm will stack on top. Behind you, twist the bottom ribs, and then just grow the pose from the ground up. Maybe you want to come to a tented finger. And left arm will wrap behind you. I'm going to get hold of my inner thigh for a half bind. If this is something that doesn't feel good to you right now, just have your hand on your hip or just have the arm staying stacked straight up towards the ceiling. Now, turn, look over your left shoulder up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Grip your right hip and glute underneath you. And use the strength of your back left leg, which is so strong and angled. But ladies, into that inner thigh. Remind yourself. You're feeling something over there. Breathe. Unravel the arms for me, just the way we went in. Pull back up, warrior 2, or pull up, warrior 2 would be the proper way. Warrior 2. Lifted and long. Arms are really energetic. Arms open. Heel into the mat. Close your eyes, last few breaths. Pretty quickly after this. Just straighten your right leg on track. Scoot your left foot in just a tiny bit, and then take your right hand to your right shin for triangle pose. If you are going to utilize the block, stack it to the outside of your calf. That's the proper place. Stretch your legs and then look up. Think about little triangles in your body here. Then at this point, to wrap your left arm around, you take a half bind. To half moon. If you're outside, I know it's more challenging. Just see what you can find, or if you're on carpet, keep your right foot forward. These poses will be perfect. Keep the half bind. See if you can, with that half bind, start to take your bottom ribs and turn them towards the sky or the ceiling. Spark up your left toes. Stay right hand, or maybe float that hand up into a half prayer. Asana, which is a bind. Release the half bind and grab your ankle for the kick. Kick goes both. Just check. Foot is still forward. I can't see any right feet. If you took a regular half moon, meet us all there. Half moon. with it. Okay. Back to triangle. Give it a shot. If your hand is on a block, move the block with you. Triangle pose. And it may work out great. It may be a terrible transition for you. So just try it. Your back foot has to turn in and just glance down, make sure your feet are still on the mat together. 2 more breaths. Good. Frame out your front foot, pivot your back foot around. We're going to take a Parsvottanasana, which is a pyramid pose. Walk your right foot a little over to the right, but in today's Parsva, I want you to go really wide and long with your arms. So tense your fingertips, bend into your front right leg a little. You may not want that leg to be pinned straight. And for the sides of your arms, be on tented fingertips. If you can't reach the floor, reach for something. Blocks are great. So think really energetic arms. Steer your right hip back. Press the back left foot into the mat. Right underneath the shoulders, step to a down dog. Down. If you want to clear it with the vinyasa, it's up to you. Plank to a chaturanga, to an up dog, to a downward facing dog. From your down dog, guys, you're going to step your left foot forward. Step your left foot forward. You're doing great. Turn your back foot onto the side. And from the ground up, you're going to work into your B variation. So it's easier. Right arm up. Poses. That's okay too. You're not going to be tested. Underneath you. Lean back a little. Use the inner arm, the outer arm to press against the inner thigh. Feel the leg really strong at an angle, and then maybe you want to wrap your arm around for the bind. It's up to you. And then you're up towards the ceiling. Posture. Feel the ground. Feel your feet. Feel the strength of both of your legs. Feel your left hip and glute tucking nicely underneath you. And don't forget about the turn of those ribs. Yeah. If you're starting to suffer. If you took pull your right arm, just do that first. If you're already there, just stay with us. Anchor. Pull up warrior 2. Turn the inner thigh open, anchor your right leg. Lift the side of your body, breathe into your upper torso and your arms. Feel a little bit more into the pose. If you're them open, keep the arms and the torso and everything really long, straight in your left leg. Thank gosh. Scoot your right foot in, slide your left hand to your shin or a block, reach big with your right arm. Triangle pose. Also soften a little behind, and what I mean by that is hypermobile in your joints. You want to soften behind your left knee a little. We're not aiming for that leg to be pinned straight. Here, if that welcomes you, look over your right shoulder. Get lighter in your bottom hand though. Look down. From here, really important, take your time. Left foot's gonna stay forward. Float into your version of half moon. To turn open towards the sky. Spark up your right toes. Bottom hand. It into the other side, you're going to want to do it here, maybe getting lighter in your bottom hand, bringing it up to a prayer, or maybe bend the leg and taking a bind. The kick. Okay. Release that. Acquired. Regular half moon. Move your block with you. Trikonasana. Hands down, frame out your front left foot. And it's really important, turn your back foot enough forward that your foot is like in a warrior one position. And in this version of Parsva, we're gonna take our arms really wide. Bend your left leg enough that you can reach with the sides of your body and really tempt those fingers. Let your head go. Steer your left hip up and back. Breathe into the back side of the body. Plant the palms down, step downward facing dog. Stay with me, guys. Roll forward plank, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Drag yourself through an up dog. Sometimes it feels like we're dragging ourselves through some of these poses. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer at heart center. If you have something nearby, like blocks or a table or an ottoman or a chair, put them at the top of your mat just in case you need them, okay? Right foot is gonna stay strong and straight. Left foot's gonna step back. Sequence, kind of. We got a little bit more. Hands to hips. Left arm extends up. We're gonna slide the left arm forward, coming into twisting triangle. I use my block in twisting triangle, placing it high. Right hand on the flat part of your back. Scooch the hips back, anchor your feet. If you don't have a block today, have your hand on the front of your shin. Make the connection there. Once I know my seat is sliding back and my legs are strong, I start to look right. Maybe the right arm wraps up. In. Floor, right hand's just gonna come to the flat part of your back. Block's gonna move out in front of you. Float your left leg up. Left leg floats. Now you're moving into revolved Ardha Chandrasana. So same pose, just moving the weight forward and lifting your back leg. If it's too much, just keep your hands down onto blocks and do an amended warrior 3. Okay, if you want to add the twist, that's fine. If you want to stack your right arm, just a few breaths here. Lift from the inner back leg, lift it up, flex up, and spark up your left toes. Leg, stand up really tall and twist open. Place both hands to those blocks or the floor. Pause. Bend into your right leg. This is challenging, guys. Try your best with this. Hug your left knee in. Just do that. Start to press into the standing right leg. Come up to stand, hugging your left knee. Just bring your hands to your hips. Just bring your hands to your hips. Wrap your arms up. Wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. Wrap your left leg around your right leg. Sit deep into your right heel. Think chair pose with eagle. And if you fall, that's okay. Just make sure you don't fall into a pool. Lift your chest, steer your left hip back, your right hip forward. Bend into your right leg. Lift your elbows up, look forward. Lower half the body. Wrap your arms straight up. Left leg down next to right, sit into chair. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath, hook the elbow, twist right. Slide your seat back, dig your heels into the mat. Elements of nature are coming out here. I've got landscapers and ants. Look a little right. Open up your arms if you want more. Chins drift back, sit a little deeper. Look for the chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, guys. Yeah, step your left foot back. Like this, yeah. Walk your right foot a little to the right. Drop your back knee if this is too much. You can keep the leg engaged and the kneecap lifted if you want more. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. Hands are gonna come to the instep of your foot. It's kind of like a lizard. It's kind of like lizard. And this may be where you stay today, and that is fine. If you'd like to add on, you're gonna wrap your right shoulder. Lucy, this is for you. Wrap your right shoulder under. I'm actually gonna turn so you can see what I'm doing. This is what you're doing to start, okay? Back knee can stay down. Activate the leg. Then if you want to move on here, you're going to lift your heel. Lift your heel. And then maybe your foot lifts up off the ground. I can't do it right now. Or just stay here and meditate on that. Back leg strong. 5 breaths. If you can go for it, knock yourself out. Let me see how you're all doing. Everyone looks so deep in thought. Smile. Camera. We're here. That's the worst pose to get stuck in. Downward facing dog. Dog. Okay. Sure. You can come out now and go into a down dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer at heart center. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep your left foot forward. Step your right foot back. Just step your right foot back. There you go. This is an interesting way to teach. Triangle. Sasha, the class isn't over. Okay. Triangle, you're going revolved Ardha. Let's work fast. Back leg lifts. Revolved Ardha and Chandrasana. Back leg lifts up. Amended Warrior 3 is the alternative. You got it. Lift. You stack your 2 arms. You got it. Yeah, revolved Ardha. Lift from your inner thigh, stack your 2 arms. 2 more. Look to the floor, pause. Hug your right knee to your navel. Press into the standing left leg. Start to pull yourself up, standing on your left leg. Just draw your right knee in, hands to your hips. Do your best with it. Flex your foot. Sweep your arms out and up. Wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. Wrap your right thigh around. If you got lost in translation here, you're going into eagle, balancing on your left leg. Lift your elbows up. You can always use your right foot as kind of a kickstand. Bring your weight into your heel. Lift your elbows. Weight really shift to your heel and to your shin. Squeeze. Just unravel your arms. Look forward. And then wrap your right foot next to your left and sit again, chair pose. Last time today. Chair, big. Hands to prayer. Pray. Inhale the breath. Hook the elbow and twist. To the mat. Let your seat move back with you. Lift your waist. Open up your arms if you want a little more. Keep the been great. Lie, chair pose, look forward. One more time. Sit a little deeper and lower. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Find that space. Giant step back with your right foot. This is where we got lost before. Drop your back knee to start. Bring your hands to the instep of your foot. Yeah, so the palms go flat down. It's almost like a lizard prep. So the little bit that you could do here is keeping the knee down, the hands flat on the ground. If you're looking to amp it up, fire up that leg. If you're looking for more, wrap your shoulder underneath the crease of your knee, plant your palms. Stay low to the floor. Come onto your tippy toes of your left foot, then you'll start to lift that leg. You gotta kind of hook the foot and the leg around the left tricep and shoulder. Or just stay with this. Leg if it's lifted from the ground. Steer your left hip back. Press into the mat a little bit more. If you took your left down dog. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Hop your feet through and go onto your backs. Just go onto your backs. Bend your legs in half. Yes, set up for bridge. Lift your tailbone up, clasp your hands. Again, I don't know what's going on. Someone else had a problem with this recently. You're going to take 3 sets of bridge or wheel, and you're going to move on to a half pigeon right side and left side, and then you're going to go to Shavasana. This is very simple, okay? Lower down, and then reset, okay? If you're using a block, place underneath your tailbone. Lift yourself up. If you're going for the full deal, I can't see where you're putting the block, Reg, but put on its highest setting if you can. You're ready. Time. One more time. Take it now while you can. Flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest. Take a giant breath in. Exhale the breath. Lift yourself up. Nice, Kristen. Gorgeous. Make sure your feet are anchored forward, and then drop your inner thighs down and under. Ready? Nice work. Once you hit the mat, hug your knees to your navel. Some of you are already doing that. That's fine. Hug them in tight. Big squeeze. Rock and roll several times. Get yourself up. Cross your ankles. Plant your palms to the floor. Step to a downward facing dog. And then glide your right knee forward into a half pigeon. Foot is down. The left thigh is flat on the ground. Curl the back toes under, lift your hips, down dog. From your down dog, glide your left knee forward, half pigeon. Oh, good. Go onto your back and take it that way, ankle to knee on your back. Right thigh is down, top of the right foot is relaxed on the mat, and then fold yourself down. Pull yourself up. I want to do this. Wrap around, drop onto your left butt cheek, take your right leg forward. See, so your right leg will be forward and your left leg is bent. So your left leg is bent in, and it's just creating a 90-degree angle. Take your right hand during the base of your spine, hook your left elbow and the left tricep to the inside of your left leg, and then use that. Wrap your arm against your leg and against your arm, and then look right. Flex your right foot. Don't use your elbow to push the leg open. Do the opposite. Grip the hip in and sit up taller. Then, if you have the bind, lift your chest, look over your right shoulder and twist. Flex your right foot. Keep the spine really straight. Slowly center, unwrap yourself. Release your left leg out. So the left leg goes straight. The right leg bends in half, okay? The right elbow hooks the inside of the right leg. The left hand comes as close to the base of the spine as you can get it. Flex your left leg, sit up tall and start to twist. You could just do this. If you want, wrap your right arm around the outside of your right leg, grab your left hand, you'll take the bind. Keep both sit bones down, look over your shoulder, strong flex of your left foot, and twist. Move slowly, come back to center, extend the right leg out, both arms go up. Last little thing, just fold. It's okay, just grab the sides of your shins and drape yourself down. By vertebrae, move yourself down onto your back, set yourself up for Shavasana, complete rest. So complete rest at this point. Separate your feet, separate your arms, your palms face up. And I know we've got houses full of distractions, but just allow yourself to just be here for the next 2 minutes. That's all I ask. Start to take a in through your nose, out through your mouth, press all the air out. Hug your knees in towards your chest, give them a big squeeze. And slowly come up to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Let your back. Have some gratitude that we were able to get this in. Lift our heads, open our eyes. With gratitude to you all. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Sorry for all the glitches. I don't know what that was all about. See you next